Hi there, Brandon with Focus here, and today we're going to talk about a new feature as part of the Embedded Canvases functionality in Focus that allows you to have automatic canvases work with embedded canvases. That probably doesn't make much sense to anybody other than really myself and a few people, but by the end of this video, you'll fully understand what I'm talking about. What this does is it leverages an old feature in Focus called automatic canvases, and it sandwiches it together with a new feature in Focus called embedded canvases and allows you to have the best of both worlds. So for those of you who are Focus veterans, we're going to talk just a minute about how we used to do things. So back in the day when we needed to add a menu item, we would tell you to go to Canvas Designer, right? You would always live in Canvas Designer. You would find find a menu item similar to what you were wanting to add. We would tell you to click on the triple dots or double click on the item. It would bring up the menu item properties screen. You would hit add. You would type in the new item here, new vodka, sure, whatever. You would make it $10 or whatever your price is. You would hit save. Then you would go back to Canvas Designer and you would find your new vodka from the list and you would add that vodka to your Canvas button. That was the way that we did things, and it was easy, it worked, but it was just a two-step process. Well, one of the new features here in Focus is being able to use automatic canvases with embedded canvases. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of these canvas buttons. Say goodbye to my vodka and gin buttons. And for those of you who are seeing this screen and wondering what these little chain symbols are, maybe you missed the video that we did earlier on embedded canvases, but go check that out on YouTube or help.focusca.com to learn more about how an embedded canvas works and what this little lock icon means and why my Canvas inspector says embedded from temp item TS wide. So moving on. Now I have essentially a blank vodka gin screen. I have no menu items on this canvas, not a problem. I'm going to go down to my template page as we talked about from our previous video. I have my temp item TS wide, and now I have a bunch of items on this screen. And as you can see, these are all blank menu items. If I click on one, it brings up the properties. There's no menu item assigned to this actual button. We can see that in the Canvas inspector. And then I have two new buttons that you've probably never seen before, previous page and next page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lasso these guys, and I'm going to set these to embedded equals true. And boom, we're going to see Focus go ahead and apply our chain icon to all of those. And now what I have is essentially a template canvas that has a bunch of blank menu items on it. Now, when I go back to my vodka and gin page, we're going to see that those items now exist. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Canvas properties for my vodka and gin by clicking on the Canvas hyperlink. And I'm going to do something that for those of you who are Focus veterans, we've told you never, ever, 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 ever do. And I'm going to change this from a manual canvas to an automatic canvas. And Focus is going to tell me, warning, all data on the canvas vodka gin will be lost. Do I want to proceed? And normally we would tell you, always hit no. If you hit yes, you will lose everything. But that's okay for this because we're not going to actually lose everything. So what I do now that I've set this to an automatic canvas is I set my level to item, which is good. I pick how I want my canvas to sort by name, report group, or report group / sort key. You don't have to pay any attention to the automatic template of rows and columns because that doesn't apply here. I'm going to hit save and I'm going to hit close. And now notice this is an automatic canvas. I can click on these, but it doesn't let me actually do anything. Okay. Now I'm going to hit save and I'm going to close out of Canvas Inspector. Now I'm going to go into menu items. And using my handy dandy little drop down menu here, I'm going to select my vodka menu item filter. And here's all of my vodkas. Now, most of you have never clicked on auto canvases. The auto canvas tab really was kind of foreign to most people. No one ever used automatic canvases. But now notice when I go into auto canvases, there's a whole bunch of different canvases available to me, and there's my vodka gin screen. And I'm going to go ahead and go through each one of these items And I'm going to go ahead and check vodka gin. And actually, to be honest, I'm going to use the handy tool called Quickset. Some of you may not have Quickset enabled because it is a fairly dangerous button if used incorrectly. But I'm going to go ahead and use it anyways because I like to break things. So I go into Canvases. I'm going to go ahead and set all of my vodkas, which I had selected through my menu item filter, and I'm going to check the vodka gin page or canvas, and I'm going to hit Quickset. And then I'm going to hit Save, and I'm going to hit Close. Now, when I go back into Canvases, I can scroll through my canvas list and go to my vodka gin page, and now boom, automatically all of my vodkas and gins have been assigned to these buttons. Well, all of my vodkas, that is. Now, I haven't assigned any gins yet, so let's go ahead and go back into menu items and do the exact same thing, but this time let's select gin instead of the vodka. There's my gins, not a whole heck of a lot of them. I'm going to hit Tools, I'm going to hit Quick Set, and I'm going to go back in here and assign those to my vodka gin screen. Now when I go into Canvases and go to vodka gin, I have all of my vodkas and gins. Gins are going to be first, followed by vodkas. And then I have my next page and previous page buttons. Well, the useful piece here is, as we can tell, I have more vodkas and gins on this page than I have buttons. So that's where the next and previous page come into play. So I can next and previous my way through these buttons, or through all of these canvases, and have full access to them. So if I were to go in here, let me make sure that I have access to my vodkas and gins on my canvas here in my locations. And if I go into my front of house, there's my vodka gin screen, and I have my next page and previous page buttons that allow me to tab through. So now when it comes to adding a menu item, it's a heck of a lot easier. I can go into Focus Setup. I can go to Menu Items. I can still find an item that is similar. So I can find Tito's, for example, and I can hit Add, and I can call this my new vodka, set it at my price of $12, and hit Save. And now that new vodka will automatically be on that automatic canvas because the Tito's was on that automatic canvas, so it inherited the automatic canvas setting from the Tito's. Super cool feature. Definitely makes programming menus a lot easier and a lot faster, and it also makes maintaining your menus a lot easier and a lot faster. And it also allows you to maintain a very nice, consistent look across your entire focus system so that your staff can build that muscle memory that's oh so important when efficiently taking care of our guests. Thanks for watching.